The live-action remake of one of our favorite Disney films has just come out at the time of this recording, which means it is the perfect time to emotionally scar all of your childhoods with the dark theories surrounding this film and the original. Now, it's worth mentioning that some of these theories are wild and out there, but some are obvious, which will make most of you shake your heads in disbelief that you ever missed it. So that being said, let's jump into our list of the top 10 Lion King dark theories. Coming in at 10, Simba and Nala are related. In the movie it's established, well I should say we're led to assume that Mufasa and Scar are the only males in the royal pride, which means among the other lions they are the only two with the ability to sire offspring with the lioness. Therefore Nala and Simba have to be related. Whether cousins or half siblings, blood is definitely mixing within their veins. And I know this film is fantasy and it's not unheard of for lions to mate with their family, but still, come on Disney. Incest. Coming in at 9, The Lion King takes place in a Planet of the Apes style future. Now this interesting theory comes to us from Reddit from user The Names Early. They theorize that the Lion King might actually exist in a futuristic world where humans are no longer in charge, in a very similar vein to the Planet of the Apes. As we know, in the Lion King we see no semblance of human life whatsoever. However, we know that the animals can talk. Yeah, some can't, which means that they must have learned a language like English from humans. Perhaps like the Planet of the Apes, where the apes were administered a serum that quickly developed their intelligence. The animals of Pride Rock certainly have significant cultural knowledge of human culture, with Zazu even joking with Scar that he would make an excellent throw rug. Coming in at 8, Explicit Messages. It's common knowledge at this point that there are explicit or secret messages hidden throughout Disney movies. Why? We just don't know. Whether they're placed there as a joke or an Easter egg, or even as subliminal messages to kids, they're there and we can't miss them. The Lion King is one of those films. In one particular scene we see Simba kick up some dust that floats in the sky, which then seemingly spells out the word sex. Now once we all discovered this, we so wanted this message to be true. However, the folks over at Disney have stated that we were mistaken and that instead it actually says SFX, a subtle nod to the creators in the field of special effects. However, a lot of us don't believe this is the case. What do you guys think though? Coming in at 7, Hamlet. Now this is perhaps the most legitimate fan theory on our list, believe it or not. Essentially this one states that the Lion King is Hamlet, just rehashed. Hear me out. We have a young, impressionable prince ready to learn about the throne from his father who suddenly dies, and then his life is thrown into disarray. During his grief period, his evil uncle seems to gain power and convince the prince to leave, which causes the kingdom to suffer. While the prince is away, he sees his father again, thus leading him to believe that his father was murdered by his brother, resulting in him returning to the kingdom to save it. Along the way he has close friends accompany him and he falls for a girl like no other, while also being spied upon by his uncle's servants. All in all, Simba equals Hamlet. There we go. Coming in at 6, Mufasa and Scar aren't brothers. Now this theory comes from the real animal kingdom. Well, kind of. In the real animal kingdom, what typically happens is that rogue male lions will spot a pride that has an aging leader that he thinks he can take down. The lion will stalk the pride, be patient and wait for an opportunity to strike and kill the old leader, and thus taking the pride for himself. Even producer Don Hahn backs this theory, claiming that they did in fact take this as inspiration for Scar's character, playing with the idea that a younger lion would kill off any older leaders and solidify his position, which is exactly what Scar tried to do. Therefore Scar could have easily been just another rogue lion that has been spying on the pack for a long time, waiting to assume control. If you listen closely, Scar even states, "I'm from the shallow end of the gene pool." I mean, after all, Scar and Mufasa really look nothing alike. Coming in at 5, Nala is Scar's daughter. One big question we have is who are Nala's parents? We of course know that Nala's mother is Serafina, a close friend to Sarabi, but her father has never truly been revealed. However, one Lion King theory might answer this question for us. Let's take a look at Simba's parents. Mufasa's key physical trait is his red mane, which Simba grows, and one thing he also shares with his father are his eyes. Mufasa, Simba and Sarabi all have red eyes, so let's look at Nala. Like the royal family, she has bluey-green eyes, just like her mother, but there is another lion in town that also shares those eyes, Scar. Coming in at 4, Mufasa caused the drought. Now this theory from the Lion King fandom wiki points out a very big theory regarding supernatural elements in the film. According to the theory, Mufasa had become restless after his death, and instead of going to live with the great kings of the past, Mufasa instead causes the drought in order to punish Scar for his betrayal, which ultimately caused Nala to search for food, which then led her to Simba. However, as we know, Simba Simba wanted to stay with Timon and Pumbaa, forcing Mufasa to appoint his servant Rafiki to show Simba his father's reflection in the pool of water. It should also be noted that Lake Kings usually reveal themselves according to Rafiki, and once Scar is overthrown and killed, and the rain returns to the Pride Lands, Mufasa appears, showing that he is now at peace. Coming in at 3, the hyenas are a suppressed lower class. This comes to us from Redditor Dicky Doodles, who theorizes that the hyenas in The Lion King are suppressed, undereducated, underfed lower class that is forced out of the light. The first time they feel any sense of worth is when Scar approaches them with hope and the potential to gain more in life. Now, of course, Scar doesn't fulfill his promise because he's a and once Simba returns, the hyenas are nowhere to be seen, and they were very likely shunned back into the darkness. So sad. Coming in at 2, British Imperialism. Now, this theory comes to us from the Lion King fandom page and theorizes that the film, in essence, is about the British colonization of Africa. Yeah, heavy stuff. Scar and his hyenas are believed to be the British imperialists, while the other characters are African natives. Timon and Pumbaa are natives who have everything taken from them by the British, forcing them to live in the jungle. Zazu is a missionary, and the song Be Prepared represents the British preparing to colonize Africa. Scar causes the drought and famine, which in turn represents the British taking wealth out of Africa. I mean, I apologize on behalf of all the Brits. And finally, coming in at number 1, Mufasa was the bad guy. Oh god, please say this isn't true. Childhood ruined. Before delving into this theory, it's worth noting that the victors write most stories, and the victors in The Lion King are of course Simba and the gang, and dear deceased Mufasa. Now, the world that is presented by Mufasa is Guns, aka his family, who get to eat those lower down on the food chain, because why not? The circle of life is essentially propaganda, which tells the lower rungs of society to be happy and silent, while they are forced to be food. Mufasa's kingdom was one of clear segregation, and within Pride Rock, the only ones who can speak are the lions and Zazu. That's it. Outside of Pride Rock, the hyenas and Timon and Pumbaa can speak but are not part of the community. Even worse, as previously stated, Scar attempted to make reparations with the hyenas, not through threats or coercion, but by simply offering them more food. Does that mean that Mufasa was denying the hyenas the right to eat in the first place? Probably. Well, there we have it. Have you guys seen The Lion King yet? Did you like it? Leave us all your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below. If you haven't already, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another Beyond the Screen vid. Until next time, see you later.